We are here for the River States Conference Men's Tennis Media Day. This is the Midway Men's Tennis Edition, and here with me I have Coach Adam Malik. He's to the left on the camera. Coach Malik,
hey,
you can wave to the camera. How are we doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Doing good. And then to the right we have Mr. Owen McCarter, a junior from White Bluff, Tennessee. Owen, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Coach, we'll kind of lead off with you.
Sure.
Now that you're in the second year with the program, you were hired prior to the season last season. What is something that you learned from your first year as being the head coach here at Midway?
Well, just drawing from my previous college experience at Kentucky, I've been able to figure out what works best as a team from individual standpoints. It's an individual game within a team concept. Just trying to manage young people.
Yeah.
I've had two children, one boy, one girl. But some of the traits they had, I'm seeing in the team right now too. So, but the biggest part of it is just learning how to manage players and their practice times, and making sure that they're on time to practice all the time, and making sure that they're eating properly, and also traveling well.
Yeah, I'm sure, and you talk about eating properly. I'm sure that's big, especially for tennis, because you've got to have that endurance and that stamina.
Definitely, yeah.
Built up for what could be a 3-4 set match.
Absolutely, we have an athletic department that I think in general is very supportive of all sports at Midway, and so we try to when we're on the road, we try to eat as well as we can. Try to keep away from the high fatty food. Sometimes it's unavoidable, as you know. Going to college, going through with 20 players on 2 buses, things like that happen. But we try to eat well. It's important because, especially also after, when recovery is important too.
Yeah. All right, Owen. This is what your third year with the program. How much different is it from? Do you feel? Obviously, you've gone through a fall with this team, but how much different is this team than the previous 2 that you've been on?
Well, I think this team is the most talented team I've been a part of here at Midway. It's a young team. We have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and one senior. I think this team, everyone here is excited, more excited than previous years. Everyone's looking forward to the season. There's a goal of winning this year. It feels like the culture around it is we have a goal. We're going to get there. We're going to work to get there, and it just feels like a winning culture compared to previous years.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Owen. Coach, you went through a fall season with this team. You played in a couple of individual tournaments. Now that you've had some practice time, what are some of the things that you're seeing with the men's team?
I think with our men's and women's too. I think we're more in touch with trying to play well together, all 6 players at the same time. I'm trying to get that through to the players, that when we step on the court, all 6 need to be in the same page. And the main thing is sometimes you have that fight or flight. If things are not going well in the tennis court, sometimes there's tendencies for you just to kind of quit a little bit and maybe just kind of feel sorry for yourself. I'm trying to get that into the minds where no matter how well or badly you're playing, you can always try to figure out how to compete and win that match despite playing not so well.
Yeah, and you talked about playing together. I'm sure that's very important, especially in doubles, because the 2 doubles, those 2 partners have to be in tune with each other, in sync.
Yeah. The way college tennis has gone, I don't think there's a lot of. I was a doubles specialist myself, so when I look at college tennis now, there's really not specialized doubles players. It's singles players playing doubles. But I try to combine those who not so much about their talent wise, but their minds. Those who can get along well. I try to play them together because it seems like they can get along okay off the court. They're going to do well on the court too. So it's mind games right now. But until we find players who are naturally like to play at the net, volleys and overheads, and try to move around, poach, we'll do what we can. I think we have good players. So we just have to do what we can and just try to instill that belief and culture that that you just have to compete at everything every point you play, you have to compete. So.
Yep. Owen, let's get back to you. And you kind of already hit on this in your first answer. What are some of the goals that you have for yourself individually, and also some of the things that you want to see the team accomplish this year?
Individually, I want to be a person the team feels like they can come to. Being here for a few years, I want to be a leader in a sense and make everyone feel comfortable. Also, of course, I want to win matches on the court and continue success on the court. As a team, we want to achieve a conference championship and more after that. See where it goes after that. But I think that's our main goal right now. That's what we're headed towards.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, how do you feel that your time as a professional with the Malaysian tennis team, how has that kind of helped you now that you're a collegiate head coach?
Well, I played professionally on the ATP Tour for about 9 years. I was also Davis Cup coach and captain for my country in Malaysia. So I'm just trying to instill into players. I'm not a very technical coach, but I'm more of a competitive. I try to do a lot of live ball situational things. People ask you what's the biggest secret of winning tennis matches, and my answer is don't miss. There's no secret to that. So you got to work hard, and I always believe that, and I'm trying to tell these guys, the way you practice is the way you play. You can't turn one or the other off and on. So my experience with playing is just to make sure that people are ready to play, but at the same time, players have to be accountable for their actions. They've got to show up, and they've got to play as hard as they can.
Yep. Owen, what about some pre-match superstitions? What are some of the things that you got to do to get yourself in the right frame of mind before a match?
Well,
is there any pre-meal
No.
that you're gonna have or
I
anything?
mean, I like to eat spaghetti the night before a match.
All right.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some pasta kind of basic thing.
Yeah.
And
Any type of music you want to listen to or anything?
there's always a big battle on the bus about music. It's the language barrier. Some people want to listen to music I can't understand, and then there's a language barrier.
Yeah.
But no, I like to be in my own head and prepare myself mentally.
Yeah. All right. Coach, who are some of the returners? Obviously, you've got one right here to your left in Owen, but who are some of the returners that you're looking to step up, and who are some of the newcomers that we should keep an eye on?
In terms of returners, Owen's a junior, and he was always a natural leader, I thought. And that's why he's team captain. He's co-team captain this year with Spencer Counts. So he's there for everybody. He's a team player. He gives it 100%. A returner is Herman Collado. He was freshman of the year in the conference last year. He had a good season, solid, and good player. He'll play. A key part in the team. Also two new guys that we had, the two Indian guys that we had. One, we got lucky on one where Aditya Roy, he transferred from Cumberland's University down in Tennessee. He just transferred here. And also Lakshay Vivek from India. He's a solid player. I'm expecting a lot from those two guys to not carry the team, but to kind of lead the team. They'll play pretty high, I would suspect, but in this league, in the NAIA, surprisingly, it's a very tough league. There's some really good players in this thing, so I'm trying to install in them that hey, you gotta be ready to play, because everybody's good. Especially if you're playing high, everybody you're playing high is good. Yeah. So and then we've got a whole bunch of Paul Wamba, very good utility player.
And then someone also who's a newcomer to the team, but not a newcomer to the program, Julian Lopez.
Oh yes, of course,
who's back as well.
Julian, he was all conference 2 or 3 times, I think.
Absolutely.
In his time here, he's I'll take that back. The person who's a natural volleyer game, he's one. So he's got great hands, and he's got a great. He's mature. He's older than everybody else, but he knows how to play. But he's gonna land. Unfortunately, we only have him for one more semester because he's a master's student. So we'll lose him in May. But we're gonna play. We're gonna ride them
Absolutely.
as many as
Absolutely.
we can. Yeah, as many matches as we can. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Owen. One last question for you. Who is your favorite tennis player? Doesn't have to be a professional tennis player. It could be Coach Malik. Who we got?
I like a showman like Gal Monfils. Like
Okay.
I know he doesn't win, but how much fun he has with it.
Absolutely.
It's awesome to watch play. I wish I could say I like Nick Kyrgios, but I don't. He's a showman, but
Yeah. All right, I
Off
get
the
that.
court,
I
yeah.
got you. Yeah.
But you know, I like all my teammates watching
Yeah.
them play. It's fun.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Coach, that's a good answer right
It
there.
is a good
Good
answer.
answer right there. Coach, we'll finish up the interview with you. What are your expectations for the upcoming season, and what are you most looking forward to this year?
Well, it was a tough first year. Last year, we played purposely. I played a very heavy non-conference schedule. We played many ranked teams, and we kind of saw the disparity in between the teams. But I think I recruited some very good players coming in that'll help. I'm expecting us. I really am. I'm expecting us to contend for high position in the conference, in the River States Conference. There's some really good teams out here. Oakland City is very good. And IU East has always been very good too, but everybody else is solid. You have whether whatever you do, you still have to step up and you got to beat those teams. So I'm expecting good things. At least lots of more competitive matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Coach and Owen, thank you so much for your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you.